If you look at the conference programme, you can see that it's really quite an exciting and wide-ranging programme, covering all the key areas around resource efficiency, the circular economy. Communications is part of that, really important part, but the whole picture is a great way to see what's happening and to meet others who are change agents in this sort of exciting space. You're all aware that recycling has increased substantially over the last 10 years, but recently it has stabilised, and we want to look at how can cutting-edge communications help to boost recycling again. So recycling is going to be my focus for the conference. The title's Cutting-Edge Communications and how that helps to improve resource efficiency. Now at RAP we sort of look at resource efficiency in the round, so think about sustainable production, design, producing, selling things, then about how things are used and consumed, and then finally how they're reused and recycled. Now at the heart of all of that is behaviour change, and that's really where the cutting-edge communications come in. What I want to bring out really is how important research is behind the communications, so that you get the right messages that get the right behaviours. And at RAP we've done a lot of research over the years looking into the barriers to recycling and tracking recycling through our 3R tracker. Communications is absolutely key for all of the work we do, not just recycling, but for example our work with clothing, where we're encouraging producers and sellers of clothing to make clothing that will last longer. That will help to reduce its impact. But if consumers don't then keep the clothing for longer, it doesn't work. So the communication, that's the Love Your Clothes communication campaign in that case, is absolutely critical. You need the communication to drive the behaviours to deliver the outcomes you want. It's all of the barriers that have to be addressed if we're going to increase recycling. So that includes the situational barriers. So we can't just do communications. It wouldn't work, for instance, lots of communications around food waste recycling if people didn't have the food waste service for collection. So it's got to be all aligned. What we'll be trying to do with this is actually have a 2-year plan where we'll have a quarterly focus on different materials. That will sort of let us go through and focus on different areas, but it will also let others working there align with us and try and get more impact. Lots to do in the future, working all around that system I talked about when I started, looking at design, looking at consumption and use, and looking at reuse and recycling, all of those things together, driving resource efficiency, driving the circular economy. So very exciting. Behaviour change, as I said, is at the heart of that, so cutting-edge communications are absolutely essential. For the refresh of Recycle Now, we've focused really hard on the barriers and try to design a campaign that will address those barriers. We've done, say, a lot of research, but then we have to consumer test and check that the messages we're coming up with actually do influence the right behaviours and attract people in the right way. So having done a lot of that work, we've been working over the last 6 to 9 months on this. We've had a group drawn from industry, specialists in communications, to really get them to help us with it. The way that Recycle Now works is through partners, and by partners I mean local authorities, community groups, some of the other groups, trade associations on running communications campaigns, and we're trying to bring that all together and to provide materials that they can use. The current partners are used to going to the partner site. It's a special partner site for partners where they can download the materials. So it would be great to see those people at the conference, so we can really show off what's available and encourage partners to go out and give this very strong, consistent message around increasing recycling.